Namaste. I am VK. I'm from the Zeitgeist movement and I'm here in a beautiful farm outside Bangalore talking to what I would call a precious person of the human race, Mr. Kailash Murthy. I've heard about your work. Can you tell us a little about yourself?
So actually I was born and brought up from an agricultural family. Studying my high schools, that time I was suffering from an asthma, that's a chronic disease. So I left my studies for 3 years. So I joined doing agriculture activity with my parents according to my physical condition. Actually those who are real farmers, they are having two securities. One is food security and another one is health security. So when I was involving in agricultural activity with my parents, suddenly my health improves like anything.
And were you the only person in the family? You had brothers and sisters?
Yeah, we have brothers and sisters. My one brother is doing agriculture, my sister is settled in Mysore. Then my father told me that you better to go for studies. Then I joined my school again. When I joined my college days, I became India number 2 in 800 meters. So that's why immediately bank offered me a job. From 1977 to 1988, actually I was working in bank in Bangalore.
Okay.
So instead of staying at Bangalore, because it's not good environment available in Bangalore for healthy people, so that's why I opted for agriculture. I can make money and then I can improve my health and I can work in the Vijaya Bank at somewhere Kollegal nearby, about 10 kilometers from here.
So you wanted to work in a branch of the bank that was closer to agriculture?
Yeah. So every day morning I used to visit my farm and I was involved in all agricultural activity from morning 6 to 9 o'clock.
Okay.
I used to work. I started in 1984 with more chemicals. I used to get all the first-hand information from the research center like Indian Institute of Horticulture, University of Bangalore.
Okay.
I used to contact the scientists directly. So what all the problem I am facing, I used to get remedies from them. Then I learned so many things. I adopted what all the things they are telling.
Okay.
So like using fertilizers and the chemicals to control pests. So I started doing this. I was physically involved in all activities.
Okay.
That's why I came to know that I am doing some wrong things. So from 1984 to 88, I have used all sorts of fertilizers and pesticides, even fertilizers. So soil became losing its quality.
Yeah, okay. So
Degradation.
I was about to ask, what triggered you to feel it was wrong?
So soil became harder and harder every year.
Okay.
It started demanding more water.
Okay.
So what all the microbes and earthworms, before starting my agriculture, there are a lot of earthworms available. So immediately I lost everything within 4 years. Then the production keeps on the crops demanding more fertilizers, like about 25% per year. So suppose this year actually I am using about 100 kgs of urea. So next year I am forced to use about 125 kilos of urea.
Okay.
So then production cost keeps on increasing every year.
Okay.
So then the production decreases started decreasing. It started demanding more inputs. So like that pesticides also. First year actually I have used 1 ml in 2 ml in 1 liter. So next year the same, to control the same insects, have forced to use about 2 ml per liter.
Okay.
So like that the insects started developing resistance for all pesticides. So this year what all the chemicals I have used this year, so next year that the chemical is outdated because the pests started resistant for all.
So I'm just curious to know, you happen to observe this, or was somebody prescribing to you
No,
saying use that one?
No, I have to observe what all the things going on because every day I used to spend about 3 hours in this 6.5 acres.
Okay. So just sheer observation you could see.
Yeah, but that's only observation. I am very particular about the soil. I am never bothered about what all the production I am getting.
Okay.
How the soil fertility increases, because I have learned so many things when I was in child.
Okay.
If the soil fertility increases, automatically production increases. I have learned from my ancestors.
Okay.
So we people are very particular about only soil conservation. Suppose if we conserve soil, automatically the production increases. Scientists also, even in universities also, they are doing wrong things till today. That time I was growing banana. So that time actually I was facing a big problem, major problem with crabgrass.
Crabgrass.
Crabgrass. It's one kind of a grass. I will show you later.
Okay.
So that's it dominate the entire area. It will never allow other plants to grow, other vegetation to grow.
Okay.
To check the date, what I have did, at that I used to plant banana. At the same time, I was spread that's horse gram. Horse gram to check the weed. So suppose if I introduce banana, I used to give fertilizer and pesticides for the banana. At the same time, the horse gram, it grows very fast. After 6 months, from the date of sowing, the date of plantation, there will be no agricultural activities, only irrigation.
I see. Okay.
Because there is no digging and no maintenance,
Okay.
So 6 months after the banana grows, it develops the canopy.
Yes.
So then horse gram used to die. So till then, from 6 months, there is no cultivation.
Okay.
So that time you can, without cultivating, we can grow crops. For agriculture, there is no need of extra cultivation. And then we can check unwanted plant by using another crop.
Okay.
So at the same time, soil fertility keeps on increasing.
Okay. And
Because
when these banana gram, the horse gram dies away, you need to clean it off from there?
No, nothing.
Okay.
I used to live like that only for the microbes. Then, that time I learned to, what all the live mulch actually, suppose if we develop, then automatically the groundwater and soil water holding capacity immediately increasing. There is no need of cultivation, other thing.
So you call this live mulch?
Live mulch.
Okay. So you call it live mulch because of the microorganisms that are alive.
Yeah, that thing I have learned from my experience.
Okay.
At the same time, in the year 1988,
okay,
the one-star revolution is translated to Kannada.
Okay.
One-star revolution written by Masanoko Fuko. So what all the animals and microbes and insects are living in particular place. So nature's responsibility to their food security and health security. So according to what all the animals living in a particular place, above the surface and inside the soil. So nature's responsibility to provide food for them. According to the animals and insects requirement, nature will select the vegetation. It's not our human beings' responsibility.
I see.
So what all the plants living, that's live mulch. So certain insects, they will use that plant when they are in a live condition. Some insects. Certain insects, those who are living inside, and then the certain insects, they are living above the surface, they will use that dead leaf, organic matter for their food. So that's why I am maintaining both. For living organisms, the live mulch and as well as organic matter. So it's fulfilled the entire cycle. So suppose if we remove that weeds, and then suppose if we remove that organic matter from the soil, so automatically the animals and insects, depending on that organic matter as a food, they will attack our crop.
So they need food.
They need food. They will change their food habits. So they will change their food habits, they will attack our crop, then we are going to face a lot of problems. So in my farm, I am providing all other organic, all other flora and plants available in this farm for the animals and insects. So I am maintaining one for me, because we are the people in billions of other diversity, we are among one, So I am maintaining one crop for me.
Okay.
So I am leaving others coexist. That symbiotic relationship.
What is the need to allow them to coexist? Shouldn't we just pursue our food and keep the place clean for our needs? What is the need for the live mulch and the organisms and the stuff that you said below the earth and all of them? Why do they need to be around?
See, actually I told you now, we are finding animals in 3 places.
Okay.
There's aqua animal, the animals living above the surface, and the animals living inside the surface.
Okay.
There will be a very good symbiotic relationship between plant and animal. So without plant, insects, the animals cannot survive.
Okay.
Without insects, the plant cannot survive. So we are taking oxygen, we are giving carbon dioxide. So the plant, they will inhale, that's carbon dioxide, they gives us oxygen for us.
So what you're really saying is that you cannot pursue growing your own stuff, you need to allow the others to be there.
Yeah.
Because we are dependent on them also.
Yeah. So like that, what all the animals excreta, is food for the plants, nutrients for the plant. So what all the waste available in the plants, it's food for the animal. So that's why we have, suppose if we maintain the more live mulch and organic matter in the surface, so the inside the microbes and like earthworm, the population will be increases. So those all the animals living inside the soil, the excreta of that animal, those who are living inside the soil, is nutrients for the plant.
And that's the plant we are interested in.
Yeah, that's why actually in our modern agriculture, we are destroying everything. But I have taken two concepts from this thing, Masanobu Fukuoka. There is no pesticides and no fertilizers. Two from Masanobu Fukuoka. Another thing I have developed my own self. So then I started my cultivation, shifted in a small patch. I started, not the entire area. So this keeps on teaching. So in the small area, but I have shifted 1 acre of land. Instead of 6 acres, adopting 6 acres, I have adopted in 1 acre. So like that, I have extended the entire area within 6 months, within 6 years. So I have learned what all the things I have learned in 1 acre. So the same thing actually I have adopted.
So at the time you switched over.
Yeah, there is no heavy loss.
Heavy loss in the sense the amount of productivity you got.
Yeah, same maintained.
And at some point did you switch off from the fertilizer, because you said the bananas you continued using the urea?
Because at the time that soil fertility improves now.
So now you didn't need the fertilizers. Okay. And the quantum of bananas you were producing was similar?
Similar.
Have a challenge in that?
No, similar.
So
in natural farming we have to learn so many things. So we have to select the crop according to the soil condition, climatic condition, the genetic resource available, what all the animals living in particular area. So in my 6.5 acres, the soil structure is totally different from 10 meters to 10 meters.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So it's nature's, actually we have to first study what all the soil structure is there. It suits for which crop.
And you do that by trial and error?
Yeah, it's trial. Natural farming is totally a trial and error. You have to learn. The same thing you can't copy.
Okay.
So you have to develop your own technology. That's why all agriculture scientists, they are against to this, even multinationals, because natural farming is a decentralized technology. You are the master. So same concept you can't adapt in your place.
So isn't there, it takes you some time to figure out what works there?
Time to take some time to learn. That will teach you.
So during that time you are actually losing out on the commerce and the opportunity.
No. This area is I was adopting.
Okay, you're using part of your.
Okay. Like that you have to develop. That's why I never lost anything.
Okay.
So what all the plants they are disturbing the other plants.
Yes.
To control this, actually we are using only this equipment.
Okay.
So for irrigation purpose, it depends upon the crop. What all the crops we are going, according to that we are irrigating. So in this farm actually I am using only less water and sunlight only for more production.
Okay. And gumboots are mandatory. With snakes are definitely.
No, it depends upon the. Suppose if you are knowing, see why we have to take risk. No? Yes. So here actually we do not have any bad. I am not having any bad this thing here in this farm. Dangerous incident since from so many years, because actually all the animals unnecessarily they will never attack us. So suppose if the place available for their protection for hiding purpose, so immediately they will move. So that's why since from so many years actually I do not have any worst.
So this is only recommendation for visitors who are not comfortable with.
Yeah, comfortable.
So Arijit, you were having some thoughts?
Yeah, we were discussing about, you were just telling us, so for a person to initially start natural farming or get into natural farming, we were trying to figure out how difficult or how easy it is for a new person, like us for example, who don't have a farming background and who don't necessarily have access to ancestors who will be able to give them, but we are still interested.
No, suppose if they come to us, suppose if they take me to that plant, that area, so immediately we can teach, and they see what all the things I have learned from so many years, about 22 years, I can educate them in 1 or 2 days.
Okay.
It's very simple. Natural farming is not a complicated one. This is not a centralized technology. It's a decentralized technology.
You charge 3.5 lakhs for answering each question. Is that true?
Which one?
How much is it going to cost people to get answers from you?
No, free.
So information is free.
Yeah, what all the food actually I am producing, I am giving for school children and for friends. See, even for the product producers, I will never charge, and then for information, I am not going to charge anything.
Are you now ready to actually spread it out into all the land that you have?
Yeah.
Or it is yet to happen?
No, actually, I am going to spread all the area. I am having about 22 acres of land. Actually, this area is 6.5 acres.
So on 6.5
So next October onwards, next October I am going to touch the entire area. Because this natural farming technology is, there is no human interference. I can manage 50 acres
So
like
does
this.
it mean that you need much lesser labor?
No, this 95%, 90% we can reduce labor.
Oh, that's
That's
very,
only
very
harvesting we are engaging labor. That's why I am the only person I can manage about 30 to 40 acres.
the high-tech robot that you use.
So you must have a lot of farm automation to.
No, there is no need. Only suppose if the irrigation purpose we need some automation. Because I am using here drip irrigation system. So once in a year actually I will clean the system in the month of summer, before in the month of January or like that. So summer actually I am irrigating very less. Suppose if we irrigate more, the plant will become lazy. They will never percolate their root deeper and deeper. They will never search for water.
So in summer, instead of giving more water, you actually give
Less
water.
Then they will search the water, and then they will percolate their root deeper and deeper. More self-sustained. So, even for drought resistant they will develop. Using fertilizers, pesticides and equipment, they will depending on us only. Even the insect population increases, automatically the production increases. That's a very good.
No, I thought insects are pests. You need to get rid of them.
No. It's actually beneficial to the plant.
How?
So first I will welcome the insects.
Okay.
Suppose if the insects comes to attach the plant, the plant will resistant to that. They will develop their own defense mechanism.
Oh.
Number one. Number two, automatically the predator will start coming.
Predator for the insect will come.
Yeah, there are both ways they will control the pest. I will show you that in the next plant. How beautifully they will develop.
So you don't need pesticides.
No. Even the pest population increases, the production increases.
Not organic pesticide also. Like
No.
Neem spray, garlic spray.
Even those all the pests living previously when from 1984 to 88, I was used all sorts of deadly pesticides. Every year they used to pest started resistant to all pesticides. Immediately I stopped. That time actually I was spraying one pesticide. I used to spread one white cloth. I used to measure what all the how many insects, the different insects I have killed. That time I was enjoying. So in one pesticide I have killed all the beneficial and as well as pest and all I don't want to use in the future pest. All beneficial insects, including the insects depends on the particular crop. It's not a pest.
So you're telling us there is no pest
No pest.
and no weeds.
No weeds.
Weeds you're calling life mulch.
No, they are all beneficial. Because telling weed and pest is not we should not use that word.
Any other challenges you faced?
No, I have only the snake problem. That's all.
You never got bitten?
No, because actually we are using compost, and then we don't have any. Suppose if I told you, there is it's place for hiding.
Don't
It will
disturb
never
them.
attack us. They will hide.
So you have fence around this place?
Yeah, we have to. Suppose if the cow enters, it consumes more organic manure. There is no need for a cow now, because we are the only people drinking other animals' milk.
In organic farming, there's this big thing about vermicompost and cow dung being very beneficial.
See, all the plants get the energy from the sunlight through photosynthesis.
So cow is not necessary.
No, cow is not. But in organic farming, we are particular about cow and earthworms. So here is the earthworm and cow is 100% neglected. I am least bothered about this thing. At the same time, actually, I am respecting the white ants, because earthworms works in the moisture condition with rotten organic matter. But white ant, actually we are killing white ants. But in the month of summer, the hard organic matter they will convert into organic manures. So that's why actually I am respecting both, but I am not very particular about we need only cow, earthworm. It's not necessary. Suppose if you want to drink cow milk, you can manage one cow, that's all.
The cows take away too much organic matter?
Yeah, that's true. Suppose if we wanted to produce 1 kg of flash, so it consumes about 14 to 15 grams of organic, even grains. Kilograms. So like that, suppose it's up to produce more flash, we have to waste our organic matter compared to that. So in future actually I am going to reduce my cooking foods, like using more grains, more cooked food.
So
So ready to eat.
Yeah, ready to eat. That's multi varieties of fruits and juices available. That's why I am planning like that. So next onwards, October onwards, in the month of January and February, that's all everything is will be.
So you're moving away from cereals and pulses that need cooking
Yeah,
to more ready to eat fruits and vegetables.
fruits and vegetables like gorillas and this thing. This is a natural food, you know, in naturopathy.
It's a raw food.
Raw food. It's good for health with more fiber and more nutrients.
So that requires less energy also.
Yeah, less energy also.
You don't have to waste energy on cooking and
Yeah, fuels.
fuel. And
Suppose if we use present agriculture practices, so automatically the production cost goes up. Suppose to produce 1 kg of mango, suppose if the production cost comes about 5 rupees per kg using fertilizers, pesticides, suppose if it comes about 5 rupees, the consumers pays for cocktail pesticides food about 10 rupees. So I am using only sunlight and less water. There is no other input from outside. So production cost comes about not even 10 paisa. I can sell my naturally grown food for 1 rupee per kg. There is no loss for me. So production is more, protection is more. So in chemical farming, we are destroying the entire ecology. But in natural farming, we are protecting the entire ecology, including human beings. Water conservation 100%. Soil conservation also, not even a single gram of topsoil, it will never run away.
I personally am somebody from the Zeitgeist movement who's convinced that the world can survive only with collaboration and not competition. And then you have actually lived it out, and then you've actually collaborated, shared your thoughts with all of us of how you've gone about doing natural farming. And then for me, this is collaboration in practice. And the fact that you're willing to welcome us here, the amount of time you've spent with us, detailing so many of the aspects that you're done, inspired to share this message with as many people that we see. And I want to take this opportunity to thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much. I
Thank you
need
so much,
people
sir.
like you, and because till today, since from so many years, actually I have lived in a shell. So you people can spread the message. It will be more helpful to the total universe.
Right.
So thank you very much for your cooperation and your visit.